Hi guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today, since I'm in the top 1.2% of yet another zombie survivors, I thought I'll share some of my tips and how I survived the first map in 20 minutes. Yes, you need to survive for 20 minutes to complete the map. But what I'm going to go and show you is pretty useful in the endless mode. But yeah, this is going to help you get through those 20 minutes, which apparently only 5% of people have done so far. So if you're struggling, watch this video. So what I'll recommend for upgrades, you want to focus on getting more experience counting for more and money. So get these two up while getting your basic weapon up. Your weapons do more damage. So I would go between these three, but as soon as this gets to 2, then focus more on these two. I focused more on getting this one up before I got this one, but keep these three in balance. You can get this one up to 2. You don't really need to be fair, and your health, you don't really need to, but I would keep these at about a 1 or a 2. Next up, this, you could go even further with this. I would probably recommend you do that. Increase fire rate means it's going to go off, 1000 cut's going to go off more. This is mainly to help with your skills, but honestly, well, we did use our skills, but our basic weapons did a lot more. Then armor, it's decent. Again, you probably could have these two about the same. It's just if you want to make it a lot more difficult, but you know, focusing on this, getting this up is really going to help, because then early game, you're picking up your weapons, you're picking up your XP, and you're getting to your 1000 cuts a lot faster. As you saw in the video, we immediately wanted to go into, as you're about to see, we're gonna try and get 1000 cuts as fast as possible, and reload weapon speeds is going to help with that, which is also that increases the fire rate. This increases the reload speed. But yeah, really you just kind of want to get these two at a good point maxed out, and then this stuff also massively helps. I mean, this helps getting these to maxed out as well. And then this, and this helps. Also, magnet speed, you can pick up abilities and XP orbs slightly further away. So what you want to do is definitely get SWAT to tier 2. You don't really need them in tier 3. It helps out, the turret helps out a bit, but you definitely want into tier 2 so you can unlock the assault rifle. That's what we want to get to for this strat. Tank, you don't really need to worry about. Engineer, you want to get to tier 3. I don't really like his tier 2 weapons. Throughout the run, we're just going to ignore them. I prefer his taser when it gets to its 2nd form, and I don't like its 3rd form, so we ignore that, and then we just want to go straight to the energy orb thing, because that just deals damage, creates a shield, deals damage, slightly slows them down. The MVP of this is Ghost. First off, I didn't really like him, but once you unlock tier 2, you don't need to unlock tier 3. Once you unlock tier 2, you get Whirlwind and 1000 cuts. Whirlwind creates 3 little energy blades that shoot out in a row. Doesn't really do much, but you know, it helps clear a path. But 1000 cuts does an area of damage, and what we want to do is basically increase the amount of times we can do this. So weapon reload speed we want to massively increase, and the amount of damage it does. This with his Ghost Protocol, which every 60 seconds for 5 seconds you crit all the time, means we wanna be critting a lot. It massively wipes out areas, and you may think it doesn't really do well with bosses, but combined with SWAT's assault rifle, we're just going to be shredding through bosses, and this is going to help us survive the 20 minutes in order to unlock that achievement. And yeah, also massively help out in horde mode. If you want to go into endless mode, I recommend unlocking medic, because medic just has greater regen, and has every so often, every 30 seconds you gain life per hit. I recommend, definitely, before I forget, going back to upgrades, yeah, definitely having some of these, at least 2 level 2, which you need 30 upgrade points. So, you know, having them up max is 10, 2, 2, 2, 16, 18, 19, 20. Having some of these is pretty good as well. If not, you definitely want to prioritize getting it in the game in the yellow chests over a lot of other stuff. So yeah, onto the run. Start with, you just want to kill as many zombies as you can and solely focus on upgrading your sword to its tier 3 form, getting those 1000 cuts. We want to focus on items that make our weapons do more damage or decrease the reload time. Lucky for us, this perk or this item positive attitude means every time we get hit, we instantly reload, which is going to come in clutch when a lot of enemies and bosses are hitting us, and we can instantly just do 1000 slashes straight away. We also want to focus on protocol critical. This means every 60 seconds or a minute, we crit for 5 seconds, which is going to help us when we do an area of effect damage with 1000 cuts to essentially one-shot all enemies. The more we upgrade this, the longer it lasts. I think it lasts to about 9 seconds. Yeah, it can last to about 9 to 10 seconds, so we definitely want to pick this perk up. And here we go, SWAT. This is the guy we want. He increases our reload speed, so that means we're going to be attacking more. He's also the one with the assault rifle, so we're going to try and focus as much as we can on upgrading the pistol into its SMG, then finally its assault rifle form. We're not too fussed about his other abilities. I'm mainly going to focus on grenade because he throws that and it doesn't place a turret or has an attack helicopter that has a straight path, because we want to be moving around a lot. But later on in the run, we're going to start using more of the attack helicopter and the turrets because, well, we got nothing else to really upgrade on. But our main focus on SWAT is getting that gun up to assault rifle as soon as possible, prioritizing it over anything else. So normally what you want to do is pick medic, but I'm guessing a lot of people haven't unlocked medic yet because you need to like heal and pick up healing items so many times. So there's a good chance you're going to have engineer because, well, you have engineer, SWAT and tank unlocked from the beginning. And like I said in the upgrade section, you want to be focusing on getting engineer to tier 3 for this run. Basically, we're picking up engineer. He does have a passive that helps reduce our skill cooldown time, so our grenades are going to be throwing faster. But really what I want to do is focus on his gun. I want to get that to tier 2. I don't want to get it to tier 3 because I don't really like the tier 3 weapons. Like I've mentioned before, I don't think they're as good as the tier 2. And really, we're going to be working on the shield a little bit. The shield's going to help slow down enemies, and his other items are pretty much useful. I guess you can like throw good electric grenades, and his shot grenade traps are going to help slow down enemies. So he's more of there for support more than anything else. Our main focus is on that assault rifle and those 1000 cuts, but the shield is going to help out a lot. The duct tape here is a classic example of an item that we need to help with this build. It's going to reduce the weapon reload time, so we're able to attack more. Assault rifle, 1000 cuts. So excellent pickup. You're mainly going to be focused on some stuff like that. Later on in the run, I start picking up skill modifiers because really I don't have enough rerolls to pick the items I actually want, and eventually I banish one of the tier 3 weapons. So what I'm going to do now is just let the rest of the run play, and if I feel like the need to explain anything, I will. But basically, you get the gist. Get the assault rifle, get 1000 cuts, and just anything that helps with your weapons doing more damage and reducing their reload time is good in my book. Also, you notice I'm also focusing on trying to get the critical protocol up to max because, again, we want that extra long time to be critting everything. The reason I picked the burger here over the hit track is because I think you need to beat this mode before you can unlock hit tracks. So that's why I used it, because it's more likely you're going to get burger. Burger's pretty decent. Your weapon does slightly more damage, and your movement's going to also be slightly increased, which is going to help with movability around bosses. It's a good idea to kind of circle around bosses. I know some of the bosses also have like line of attack where they just power through, and some bosses like to get real close, but I think circling around the bosses, especially the big ones, you're going to have a great time because you're just doing so much damage to them. At a certain point in the game, the XP you get from enemies and bosses is going to slowly deteriorate, and you're not going to really be able to level up. So at that point, I would say focus on collecting the survivors, because you're guaranteed an upgrade, and also focus on getting on the yellow crates, because they're going to give you an item to be upgraded or to buff you. So priority is obviously upgrades and abilities, but later on I would say you want to focus on killing some of the bosses before you do that, or just entirely entirely ignore the upgrades, because you're already pretty much maxed out on assault rifle and 1,000 cuts and what you basically need to survive. Instead, standing there trying to unlock these upgrades is just gonna potentially get you killed. So I say near the 18-minute mark, just you can kind of ignore them. If you don't have as much regen as I do at the beginning of this video, then obviously your medkit is your go-to. 2 a second doesn't seem like a lot, but you know, if you stack it enough, it's pretty good. I would definitely take it over a health potion any day. You want that regen, because if you do get hit, you can start healing automatically, and with some movement speed you can get out of dodge real quick. And as you can see, after a while you're going to be attacking a load of enemies, they're going to be dying, and they might be dropping health orbs, and that's just going to help you out a lot. So medkits are pretty good, come in very clutch. Definitely prioritize them early on if you don't have as much regen from the upgrades as I did. At this point, I'm picking up skill points over health or armor. You might think, well, why don't you get armor? It helps with survivability. I prefer going for skill points because they're going to do more damage, and you're going to be killing enemies off quicker with your grenades, electrodes, your shield, turrets, eventually the attack chopper, and some electric traps. So you might think armor is important, but I would say as the enemies progressively get harder, they're going to be hitting like a tank, and that plus 10 armor is not really going to do much in the long run, and you want to be avoiding hits as much as possible. And if you do get hit, you're automatically reloading your weapon and just doing a ton of damage, killing the enemy in the process. Plus with the regen you've picked up, you're going to be okay. So it's around this point where multiple bosses start spawning in and it starts getting a lot more difficult. Even more bosses are going to be appearing on the screen in soon. So at this point, your not priority is to maybe try and kill them as quickly as possible. If you can't, movement is the key. Wouldn't worry too much about trying to get upgrades at this point. As you can see, I tried to attempt it a couple of times, but as soon as I knew I couldn't stand there for too long, I failed. Especially these bosses that do like the running up attack. They can do a lot of damage, and if you're in their general hitbox, you're going to get a ton of damage. So you kind of want to be in open areas and have a lot of movement flexibility and area spaces to dodge. So definitely do not prioritize trying to upgrade right now. This is end game. This is your final push. Right now you're just trying to survive, so don't feel bad from running from fights, and just wait for your crit to go off. The critical protocol is going to go off. You're going to have 10 seconds where you can do a ton of damage and you're going to be able to take out some of the bosses. So just wait, be patient, and eventually yeah, that's it. The bosses just slowly disappear. The night becomes day and you win. Congratulations. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't, feel free to leave a dislike. Comment below what your preferred build is in this game, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.
Morse. Marvelous. Together on the track. Let's go. Red sus, red sus. Red sus, red sus. Red sus, red sus. Red sus, sus. Red sus, red sus. Red sus, red sus. Red sus, red sus. Red sus, sus.